Hello everyone, we are the Group 7 presenting the topic Communication Aids and Strategies Using Tools of Technology. But first thing first, let me define communication. Well, you see, communication is a Latin word which means to share. It is the sharing of information between different individuals. It includes the sharing of ideas, concepts, imaginations, behaviors, and written content. Communication is simply defined as the transfer of information from one place to another place. This transfer of information can be conducted in different ways. So let's imagine a day without speaking to anyone. How would you find it? Is it difficult? Boring? Well, communication is the basis of all relationship. We communicate with others for many reasons. For example, we can find our clothes. So, what we will do? So, we will reach out to our mother to ask if she knows where our clothes are. We also need to talk others to share our perspective. So, let's go back to our main topic, which is communication aids and strategies using tools of technology. So let's begin with, what is communication aid? Communication aid is anything that helps a person to communicate more effectively with people around them. Communication aid can be anything from paper-based system. For example, simple letterboards, through to sophisticated pieces of computer equipment such as our gadget. Just like what we are doing now is one of the example of communication aids. Communication aids can allow children to express themselves in some situations where a communication chart or book may be inadequate. For example, on the phone, or when talking to other children who do not understand symbols. Let's go to the importance of communication aids. Individuals typically use communication aids to solve communicative challenges in a limited number of situations. Some individuals need to rely more heavily on AAC due to physical disabilities, medical complications, or other speech and language disabilities that limit how much speech they are able to produce. These individuals may find themselves more frequently in situations or not being able to use speech effectively, and therefore, it is worth investigating in more effective AAC methods. For example, some individuals may use an organized system or pictures, symbols, or text, or in a communication books, mobile devices, computer, and on a dedicated speech generating device. These strategies may be used along with vocalization, facial expressions, speech, word approximation, gestures, and signed language. They enable individuals to use this form of AAC more intelligibly and specifically than they could with speech, gestures, and facial expressions alone. We all communicate in a lot of ways, from chatting with friends, to hugging a child or letting someone know how we feel with a smile. Some people with disabilities, example, stroke, or head injury have difficulty with communication, and they may need other ways to help them get their message across. Communication aids are also referred to as AAC devices. AAC refers to augmentative and alternative communication, which is defined as a huge range of techniques which supports or replaces spoken communication. This includes gestures, signing, symbols, word boards, communication boards, and books, as well as voice output communication. So here are some types of communication aids. These are chart with pictures, symbols, letters, or words. Simple single message voice output devices. Application that runs on tablets and mobile phones. Complex dedicated communication device including a range of access options such as joysticks, switch, and eye gaze. So that's it for communication aids. Let's go to two types of AAC system which will be explained by Miss Nida Banganan.
Types of AAC system: unaided communication and aided communication. Unaided communication is a mode of communication includes non-spoken means of natural communication as well as manual signs and American Sign Language that often require adequate motor control and communication partners who can interpret the intended message. Unaided communication, a system that enables communication that relies on the user's body to deliver message, vocalization in speech attempts, as well as gestures and body movement that are used and understood by most people, such as facial expression, locking eyes, pointing, and other common gestures, such as individualized signals, may be understood only by familiar people. Learning unaided is important because a device or other communication aid may not always be available in every situation in which the child needs to communicate. Aided communication is the communication which expresses the expression of the intended message, relies in part, at least on some physical form external to the communicator, such as a communication aid, a graphic symbol, a picture, or object. Learning aided communication helps us individuals to communicate more effectively with people around them. The low-tech and high-tech methods are often uses pictures and symbols instead of together with words.
Media: content that uses rudimentary computer displays such as text only or traditional forms of printed or hand-produced materials. Next is multimedia: content that uses a combinations of different content forms as text, audio, image, animations, video, and interactive content. Multimedia is a broad term for combining multiple media formats. Whenever text, audio, still images, animation, video, and interactivity are combined together, the result is multimedia.
Here are other tools of technology for presentations. First is we have the how-to. This is a website that creates animations, so you can visit this website and log in with our Facebook account. This website shows us many options to create our desired cartoon character for our presentation. We are also offered different sets of templates where we can choose for our presentation with animated video. We can use this animation so we can convey our information or ideas. Second is we have Adobe Spark or Voice. We can use this website for whatever we like, from infographics, newsletters, and much more. This helps us make social graphics, web stories, and animated videos. This website also offers a number of basic options to choose from, like Instagram stories or posts, Facebook over, photo collage, etc. Last one is the HiCodec. This is a new approach to presentations that makes it 10 times faster and easier to create. Unlike other presentation tools, VideoEd makes it easier to deliver on the principles of great presentation design. This also helps us synthesize our ideas by limiting the number of words we can put on each slide. After entering the text for the slide, VideoEd finds the important words and then the perfect image. VideoEd also finds great presentation images because the source of photos are from rich libraries of over 40 million royalty-free Creative Commons images. After you pick the one you want, VideoEd automatically includes the license and attribution information. This website also offers dozens of simple layouts, making it easier to get the right look. VideoEd has dozens of professionally designed themes that change the fonts, color palettes for charts, and image filters across your entire presentation. We can even download presentation videos that we can use in webinars or classroom learning environments. So these are examples of tools of technology for presentations, and there are many more.
So now, we will talk about the types of communication strategies. There are 3 types of communication: the verbal, non-verbal, and the visual communication. Verbal communication strategies. We utilize verbal communication to inform people, whatever to let them know what we need or to convey knowledge. Verbal communication clarifies misunderstandings and fills in the blanks. Powerful words are used to repair a mistake. Verbal communication is more successful than action. Example of verbal communication strategies is written and verbal communication. Example of written strategies are electronic mail, internet websites, letters, proposals, telegrams, faxes, postcards, contracts, ads, brochures, and news releases are all examples of written communication. Commonly pursued with clients, vendors, and other members of the business community. And for verbal strategies are speech, presentation like this, as well as casual conversation between friends, which includes that we speak to others in a form of words. Non-verbal communication strategies. Non-verbal communication is the transfer of information through the use of body language, including eye contact, facial expression, gestures, physical distance between communicators, and tone of voice to convey information. Example of this is we Filipino. Of course, Filipinos are also known to always have a smile on our faces. Even if we don't know someone very well, we smile at them. Or, when other person smiles at us, we also smile back in response. Maybe for others, it is creepy. It is creepy to them, I mean. But for me as a positive person, I often smile back. Because I believe that smiling shows friendliness, welcome, and openness. Everyone, and openness. everyone, whether they realize it or not, we use non-verbal communication in a daily basis. And 4, visual communication strategies. Visual communication strategies are seen through web page and illustration. These strategies are used in the workplace to draw attention and to provide documentation. Example of these are signs, typography, drawing, graphic design, illustration, industrial design, advertising, animation, stock footage or recorded video, social media post, a picture, chart, or other presentation that appeals to the sense of sight. This is also used in promotion for illustration or narration. That's all for me.